All right, is this better? All right. I guess we'll wait for some people to show up. All right. So all right, I'm just going to go through it real quick. I apologize. I'm still getting used to the software. Clorox, you were looking at the dark pool. This purple line that you see here is the dark pool algo. It is steady buying, so large institutional money has been buying Clorox, even though there was price action sold off last week. Looking at the Clorox chart on the daily, so after this most recent pop, we came down, we found support on this trend line at 176. From there, we've been steadily increasing. Every time we pop up and hit the 34 EMA, we get rejected to come back down and find support. We sold off into Friday. However, the dark pool algo shows that we've been buying, so there is that divergence. What I'd like to see is this MACD bounce and start to get more positive momentum. Our EMAs are stacked positive, so that typically will indicate an upward direction. The 50 SMA just recently crossed through, so that's going to provide additional support. Fibonacci is showing that we could possibly go up to the 203, 210 level. We have an ATR, average true range, of about $4 per day. So 4 times 5 puts us at 220. So we have a potential of going up and hitting a 786 retracement. Back to the algo. We found support. This curling up here indicates that the algo is working with price action. So the algo is going to act as a magnet to pull price action back up. All right, neutral RSI, currently MACD is positive. We have Keltner channel support at 190, which is about where we're at. Bringing it down to a lower time frame. Additional trendline support. at that 198 level. So short term Fibonacci levels, 50% retracement is 203. Looking at this week's expiration, we have a ton of interest at the $200 level. 200 is also a psychological level for Clorox. If we are bullish in the market this week, I'm going to throw these 200s up and keep an eye on them. Nice cheap options. Okay, the next one I wanted to go over real quick was LVS. Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas is starting to open up a little bit more, loosen up a little bit. Trying to get those people in there spending all their money. Alright, so currently from a technical standpoint, we're neutral on the MACD. We're in a neutral RSI position. Our EMAs are stacked positively. The 34s on top of the 21 on top of the, the 8s on top of the 21 on top of the 34. Our 50 period SMA and our 200 period SMA are all stacked nicely. We've had this kind of breach and retreat to find support at this trend line. Let's see what the algo has been doing. A dark pool algo for LVS. We have bullish divergence, as you can see here. I'm just going to box stuff. As you can see here, we've got the algo is curling up, which indicates that institutional money is starting to buy again. We have a block trade level at 63.20 that's going to act as a price magnet. That 63.20 level is around here. It's going to act as a magnet. If we get the volume that comes in, Fibonacci is going to tell us that we have a short-term price target of that 63.20 level is a 618 retracement, followed by 64.84. Which also happens to be the 4-hour Keltner channel top. Again, on the lower time frames, our EMAs were below the 50 and below the 200 EMA, so that's going to act as resistance. So any sort of a break over that 62.25 level, I see that we could possibly run up to 63. As far as the options chain is concerned for this week, we've got a ton of interest at 62 and at 65. The 62 would be great if you wanted to maybe do a quick scalp. I'm looking for the 65. Obviously, it's a lot cheaper, less risk as far as for me personally. So yeah, I like it. Once again, we have bullish divergence on the dark pool. We've got a block trade level at 63 that's going to act as a price magnet. The algo is turned up, and we've got a lot of positive sentiment. All right, next one I wanted to look at would be APPN. And then I've got about another 5 minutes. All right. Huge bullish divergence on APPN. That started back on March 30th. That played out on the 1st. So since price action came back up and essentially touched the algo, we would say that this divergence in this area here has been played out. So we're looking for newer divergences. The most recent divergence came on the 9th, where the algo was buying, price action was selling. So this is a divergence that we're going to look to play out. What I'd like to see is price action come back up to this level here. Since the divergence started a couple days ago, it takes time to play out. So the only little thing would like to pay attention to would be this curled down dark pool algo on the 15-minute. Looking at the 1-minute chart, it's selling off. It's pretty zoomed in. It looks like it's pretty steadily selling, which typically for me indicates that price action needs to find a level of support. APPN on the chart. On the daily. We're getting into the oversold territory on the RSI. Our MACD recently passed to over positive on the 6th, or on the 7th. I'd like to see this MACD area get a little bit more strength. Sorry guys. To start increasing again. We came down, almost touched the 200 SMA on last week. That's going to act as a longer term level of support. With the algo being diverged, having 200 SMA support, I'm going to watch this consolidate for a couple days, just because our EMAs are stacked negative. So any chance that this gets to come down and test support at this level here again, and then I would be a buyer. Right now, I'm just going to let it consolidate. It's going to chop for the next couple days. All right, I've got time for one more, and I'm going to do EA. EA Sports. All right. It's a little bit of a review. We had bullish divergence that happened on the 9th. Smart large institutional money is net buying at a pretty significant level. We do have support that it found here at the 130, 138 level on the 1 minute time frame. Again, we are steadily buying. As you can see here, what I'd like to have happen is price action come back down to this level here to form a nice little cup and handle. EA on the daily. Starting to form a little cup and handle. Little cup and handle here. For that to complete, it would need to come down and touch the I'm going to say go ahead and touch the, come on, touch the 21 and 34 EMA. This 200-day SMA is going to act as support, so if we do have a downward direction, as far as fibs goes, Fibonacci has that 183.73 level of support, which is also the 4-hour bottom. So what I'd like to see happen with EA is open, come on, is for EA to open and fade back to this 50% Fibonacci level, as well as this 4-hour Keltner channel level for the next leg upward. 145 is 141 short-term target, 145 mid, and then 156 long. EA moves about $1 a day, so those 145s are pretty good, pretty liquid. I'm actually going to look at the 145s. All right, thanks for joining me. Sorry for the snafu. I'm gonna go back, do a real quick recap. EA, bullish divergence on the algo, would like it to come down, form a cup and handle for the next leg upward to 145. Clorox, sorry, that's 1 minute chart. Clorox on the 15-minute chart for the dark pool algo, we've got net buying pretty significantly. We've came down, we found this little fish hook bottom. So I'd like Clorox over the next week or so to hit 200. And then finally the other one I got was Las Vegas Sands. The algo's curled up. We've got net buying. We've got a block trade level at 63 that's going to act as a magnet. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to get this set up. I'm going to work on getting my technology set so that next time I go do this, do I know how to put subtitles for the live show sound? By the way, says thank you. All right, DJ Trader, I'm gonna get together with some of my colleagues to help me get this crap all sorted out, so the next time it's not a giant waste of time. Hit me up in the comments with any suggestions. Let me throw a SPY up there for you real quick, and then I gotta run. I got a couple things to do before we open. All right, so SPY. Dark pool algo has been selling since the beginning of the month. This market is nuts. I'd like to see a little bit of flush, just because I feel like we need it. The algo is curled down. Feel pretty overextended. We got a block trade level at 410, which is this level here. Possible flush of the morning and for the next rip upwards, or we just flush totally. All right, I gotta run. Thanks for joining me, and hit me up in the comments.